I'd like to call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Mr. Raccomando?
Present.
Mr. Buffy?
Next one.
Mr. Garrett? Present. Mr. Magito?
Present.
Mr. Quinn?
Present.
Ms. Sanchez? Mrs. Canapico? Mr. Singh? Present. Mrs. Zottarelli?
Present. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I have to read the statement first.
Oh, I apologize.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all members of the Board of Education and to the Bergen Record in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, 1975. Now turn the meeting over to our superintendent.
We want to welcome everyone. This is really an exciting night. I was fortunate enough to watch the cheerleaders do your performance on YouTube, and it was just truly outstanding. Your coaches have done a phenomenal job. I felt it was really important that the board see all the hard work that was put in and the success that you've had. So I asked Nicole if the cheerleaders would come and perform for the board. I did tell the board they didn't have to wear sneakers and participate, so they're going to be all spectators. Chris, this is your show. I'm going to ask all the board to move over with the spectators, and let's really enjoy this. And afterwards, the board, we'll get the picture with the board and the coaches and the cheerleaders so we can get it in the paper, and then introduce each of the cheerleaders. And then if you'd like to stay for the meeting, you can. I don't know why you would, but you can. But Chris, it's all yours.
Very much. First of all, thank you, Mr. Appleman, Board of Education, our community members, our cheer parents, our coaches, and our athletes. This year's team is made up of 26 athletes, 4 seniors, 7 juniors, 1 sophomore, and 14 freshmen. They started competing in early December, and they went through just this past weekend. They've taken home several first and second place titles throughout the season, and at the Woodbridge competition received grand champs, beating out all the high school teams that performed that day. At states, they placed 5th out of 10th, a very talented team in one of the toughest divisions of the day. This year, the team traveled to Ocean City, Maryland, where they competed at the Reach the Beach National against teams from Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey. They placed first out of the 5 teams in their division, giving them the title of national champions. It was a great and successful season for the competition cheerleading team, their coaches, and their parents. We are looking forward to see what we have in store for next year. For our viewing pleasure now, as Mr. Ackerman said, we would like to invite everybody over, and the girls will give us their routine at one of the national championships. And we'll stick around and take some pictures.
Saddlebrook back in. Look at that rain again. You know And I know as a parent, you do all this stuff, you travel all over. So last but not least, a round of applause for your parents. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're going to resume our regular part of the meeting now. I'd like a motion to open the meeting to the public for agenda items only.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Residents are requested to state their names, address, and subject matter. In the event it appears the public comment portion of the meeting may exceed 45 minutes, the presiding officer may limit each statement made by a participant to 5 minutes duration. Issues raised by members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered and the response will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged and will not be responded to by the board. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded by the laws of New Jersey. The board bears no responsibility, nor will it be liable for any comments made by members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in light of the legal rights of those affected or identified in their comments and be aware that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments. Anyone wishing to be heard for agenda items only, please go up to the podium, state your name and address.
Michael Kubo, 25 Washington. I have a question. We want to close the schools on election week. Do we have any data to support your recommendation to the board to close the schools?
No.
Tell me again how it benefits the children.
Continuity of instruction. Based on Monday's meeting and comments that were made, I did a couple things between Monday night's meeting and tonight. One of the comments that was made, which was very well taken, was, can't we get these machines out of here? So I went with Ray to see the mayor and Pete and asked them, is there any way we can get the machines out for the election so that then I could revise the calendar and be open Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, which would give the continuity of instruction. Very supportive. He himself said I would try to get him out. That is never going to happen. The problem being, which he explained to us, is over where Smith and Long is, that area, there is no place to put the machines. And so therefore, I said to him, when he first said no this year, I said, it's the following year. Is there any time? He says, that will not happen. So I did that, number one. Number two, you brought up the percent of absences you asked about. And so I went and asked each of the schools to give me the absence rate, really the attendance rate, but it comes out to the absence rate, for the Monday and Wednesday of this year when election day everybody was off. And I said, do the previous week, which was a full week, and pick the first Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that week, compare the attendance. In every school, the absent rate was up from a low of 1.5% at Long to 4.5% at the middle school, and then 4%, I think, at Franklin, and then 3%. So the average increase in absences was about 3 point. Total, you're talking about, I'm going to ballpark it. I don't have that in front of me. 1,400, 1,500. K-12. So you just, what you... I didn't say 10%. You asked me, and I said, when I said to you on Monday night, I said two things. One, a board member had asked me the previous month about that, and I said I did not take that into account. I was basically figuring the instruction. You brought it up on Monday night, so I said, all right, let me check that. And the absence rate is up. So that was what I'm just responding to you on. Also, you had made the comment, has anyone ever done this before, and so forth. And one of the secretaries said, well, we did it here at Saddlebrook. And she went back, and it was 1976 election year. They actually closed the school the entire week because of election day. And so this is not the first time it's been done, and I wasn't aware of that. So I went and did my due diligence to check out on some of the things that were said, and so I'm still made the recommendation.
How many of you've been involved in districts?
Yes.
How many of the districts have you recommended?
I was going to recommend it to the last district, and I did not because of some other issues. I've always believed in it as an administrator, and you made the comment the other night, which I accepted full responsibility of. You know, it's an administrative responsibility to make sure that education's taking place. I don't disagree with you one iota on that. That's not just these holidays, it's any holiday. And I'm going to proceed to put some things in place to ensure that instruction takes place. But I've always believed that that week was counterproductive because it was chopped up so much. And I think it will help in the continuity of instruction. I told you no. I told you that Monday night, Mr. Cooper.
Never did. You didn't do the emotional part?
You asked me. I said no.
You didn't do the emotional part?
No.
They make a difference. You close that emotional part. The year of Sandy.
Well, that's different. That was a flood.
Sandy, they were closed. The following week, they were open. By your recommendation in Rochelle Park. Okay? I checked it. 3 or 4 people there. And as a result of being closed election week, and with the rest of the winter that happened, they ended up losing 3 of their spring break.
Oh, there's no question about that. But I have to beg to differ. Because basically what took place, and you could be right in the end. I mean, I do not remember, and I'm going to check tomorrow. But that school was closed for a long time because of the storm and the emergency management. You're saying that the schedule was already done ahead of time that week was closed. And I will have to check it. And I'll check. So if I did that, then I did it.
The other thing is, you guys realize that the first 4 months of school, these kids are going to be out of school a week, 2.5 weeks.
Mr. Cupo, with the schedule that I came in on, was that you had down last year with good reason. I want to make sure that that's stated. You had 10 half days during the school year for professional development, which meant you had to find coverage for your kids for half days 10 times during the year. And well, not all parents use it. And I cut it down because of the amount of days. Now it's down to 4 or 5.
Yes, but it's like 2.5 weeks on ball, first 4 months. Then children go to school from January to June, which is 6 months. They have 1 week off.
Mhm.
If it doesn't get killed with the snow.
Correct. I guess, yeah.
Go to school in July.
No, can't. You're not allowed to.
I know you're not allowed to.
So what- so-
180 days.
You get 181, and they're already scheduled in there, and you see the calendar. So that the calendar, well, like, you have this year's calendar. It's the same calendar on how the days will be made up. And so let's take the worst case scenario that you're talking about, and that 3 days are not enough with snowstorms, and let's say it's 6. So that it's laid right out there that the first day is going to be primary day, the second day is going to be the Friday, the first day is going to be, it's late, I don't have it in front of me, the calendar, but it's laid out, if it's more than 3 days, it follows through what days will be taken away so that the parents and staff will know exactly.
I'd like to say something.
Go right ahead.
The board, I find you that you guys are not just leaders. You're our neighbors, our friends, our acquaintances. And you know what it costs to get childcare for your children. And now you're going to turn around, the taxpayers pay enough taxes. Now those parents are going to have to shell out more money to fund this idea of closing that week. Remember, they're all voters. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kathleen, 100 feet out of the road. Continuity of instruction. I've spoken a lot about my concerns about this calendar from a parent's perspective, but from a teacher's perspective, it's easier for me to kind of have a day off here and there. After an entire week, you're talking teaching rules and procedures and routines all over again. So you're not just losing 1 week, you're losing a few days after you come back, because if your teacher knows that management involves reviewing your rules, reviewing your procedures and routines, and being out of school for an entire week for elementary school children, it takes a few days to adjust back. It's not just, oh, I'm out of school for a week, let me come back and start doing everything again. They need reminders, they need routines, and that's really early in the year to have a whole week without that stability in routine.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to be heard on agenda items only? Seeing none, I'd like to make a motion, to close this part of the meeting.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I'd like to turn the meeting over to our business administrator.
Thank you, President Zottarelli. This evening, under my report, I have the February minutes, the checks for February, and the January transfers and financial reports. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I got the-
Oh, roll call, sorry.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Mr. Buffi?
Yes.
Mr. Girick?
Yes.
Mr. Nagito?
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry, hold on 1 second. Yes, but abstain on 5B. Check number 49350.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's all right. Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Zottarelli?
Yes.
And that concludes my report.
I'd like to turn the meeting over now to, well, we don't have a student representative, so next we will go to our superintendent.
The report was given on Monday. I was really happy with seeing what the cheerleaders did tonight. I mean, I think that's fantastic. What we're going to try to do each month, not just in athletics, but music, academics, K-6, is to recognize some kids and teachers each month at the regular board meeting, because we should be showing a lot of all the wonderful things that are being done in this district. I'm ready to do agenda action. ask for a motion from A1 through A9.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Arcamando?
Yes.
Mr. Buffi? Yes. Mr. Burek?
Yes.
Mr. Najito?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Zattarelli?
Yes.
B1.
Motion.
Second.
These 1 and 2?
There's a 2.
Yeah, two is missing there. I just saw that.
Which one?
8 secondary.
It's in
Yeah, it should
secondary.
be.
Oh, it doesn't say 2. It's okay, so B, we got to add in B1 and B2.
Motion? Second? Oh, no, we do roll call, sorry, discussion?
Can I get a second?
Did we get a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Arcamando?
Yes.
Mr. Buffi?
Yes.
Mr. Burek?
Yes.
Mr. Najito?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Zattarelli?
Yes.
D1 through D15.
Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments, discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Arcamando?
Yes.
Mr. Buffi?
Yes.
Mr. Burek?
Yes.
Mr. Najito?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Zattarelli?
Yes.
F1 through F11.
Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Arcamando?
Yes.
Mr. Buffi?
Yes.
Mr. Burek?
Yes.
Mr. Najito?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Mrs. Zattarelli?
Yes.
I think, probably just going to make a quick report on negotiations that we met tonight.
Sure, yeah. We had
Speak
a,
into the mic because they can hear it.
We had a negotiations committee meeting tonight, and I think we made decent progress, and we'll be meeting again in the near future.
Nothing on legal,
Nothing under legal.
so committee reports.
Committee reports. Budget.
I gave a synopsis on Monday of the budget. We do have a tentative budget, which Mr. Karati also spoke about. It's going to be voted on April 27th and adopted by the board. So I don't know, Mr. Karati, do you have anything to add to that from what you said on?
Not from Monday, but we'll be putting information on the website. It's going to go to the county office and wait for their approval, and the meeting for the public hearing is April 27th.
Building and grounds.
Nothing new from Monday night.
Curriculum.
Nothing new for Monday night.
Negotiations you just did. Policy.
Kim's not here, but in policy, I finally found out from Strauss Estimate, I should get in the mail tomorrow, the group of policies that have been revised, mandated, or updated. So I'll need a little time to make all those changes, then we'll call a meeting of the policy committee to go over it and see whether they approve it or not.
Thank you. PTA liaison, Carmen.
I attended both Franklin School and Long School PTA meetings yesterday. I have one announcement from Franklin Schools. There is a fundraiser. It's going to be Thursday, April 7th. It's going to be a Devils game. And if anyone who's interested in purchasing tickets to help the 6th grade, please contact Annie Healy. Her email is Annie.Healy, that's Healy, numbers 108@gmail.com. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Any correspondence?
No, I don't, Ray, no correspondence?
No, there's none.
Okay.
Old business?
I guess this could be considered old business. The Saddlebrook Educational Foundation is going to be holding their 5K on April 23rd at Saddlebrook Park, Saddle River Road. It starts at 9 o'clock. The website is saddlebrook5k.com. if you'd like to register for the event. Thank you.
New business. Okay, we're going to open the meeting to the public. Residents wishing to be heard, please state your name, address.
Sandra Moreno, 478 Steinway Road. I'd just like to address a serious situation we have at Franklin School in the parking lot at 3 o'clock. Not only in the morning, the issue I think is a little bit more dangerous at 3 o'clock. We have cars coming into the parking lot trying to use the one handicap spot that we have, and there's only one, so they'll use any spot that's open and available. I have personally seen on 3 or 4 occasions this one car coming in during dismissal of the kids 4 through 6 coming down the driveway, and at one point he almost ran a child over who was crossing the parking lot. I also witnessed a truck pulling out again while the kids were being dismissed, and he almost ran over our nurse, Lorraine Toohey, while he was arguing with me because I was telling him he shouldn't be pulling out while the kids were there. So he almost hit her in the interim, and that was witnessed by our crossing guard, many parents. It's just an issue that we've had this year. I've been a Franklin School parent for 12 years, and this has never been an issue. It's never been a problem. The parking lot was only for faculty. It should only be for faculty. If you want a good spot or close spot, you have to do what we do. I used to pick my son up at the high school. Sometimes I would have to drive around 2 or 3 times to get my daughter. That's just the way it is. We have to think of the danger to our children. And I feel that it should not be used for people who want to slap a handicap sticker on. We don't know if it's theirs or not. Their children are not even coming out that end. They're walking through the parking lot to go to the end where 1 through 3 comes out. You know, it just needs to become a very dangerous situation. You know, and we feel that like we all have to do. If you want a close spot, you shouldn't be parking in the lot, especially during dismissal. Come early, and it should remain a faculty parking lot. You know, something needs to be done, because I'm sure I'm not the only parent. We tried to get other parents to come tonight. I'm sure I'm not the only parent that has witnessed, you know, the danger of somebody pulling into the parking lot while it's dismissal time. We've made several calls up to the office. There's no one standing outside any longer. And with all due respect, it just never happened in my 12 years at Franklin School.
We'll look into it tomorrow.
Thank you.
And if you please could leave, I know you said it, but I don't know sometimes if it's picked up. When we dismiss here or leave, just give me your phone number and your name, and we will get back to you tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay, thank you for bringing it up.
Thank you.
I didn't know about the afternoon, it was the morning we were told.
Worse in the afternoon.
Okay, so
Definitely worse.
we got to go back to the drawing board. We thought we resolved the morning, so when you started 3 o'clock, and then I said, oh, wait a minute, that one hasn't been brought up. So we will take care of it tomorrow.
Like, it just needs to be closed.
No problem.
Like I said, I've been there for 12 years. No one has ever used it as a
Not a problem. We will get on it tomorrow.
Thank you.
You know, you guys voted against this, for this, against us. Four of you don't even have children in the schools. One has got a senior. You're making decisions for every parent with children that have 2 jobs, 2 incomes coming in. You've really misplaced the trust of the people that elected you. Really, and also,
Yes.
PTO is still waiting.
With all due respect, Michael, I had 3 children who went through the school
Yes,
system.
right, they went, they're not
So,
here.
but I know the procedures.
Yeah, I know you do.
Anyone else? Seeing how there's none, I'd like to have a motion to close the meeting to the public.
So moved?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Any opposed? Just